Good afternoon, Fin fans, and welcome back to another episode of AT Fins News. In this episode, we're going to have a reaction to the Buffalo Bills matchup, as well as looking forward to the Cincinnati Bengals tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football. So without further ado, let's just get right into it, shall we? So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is how about that game against the Bills, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, first time in beating the Bills in 7 tries. A lot of people in the national media thought we had no chance to beat the Bills. A lot of even our fans thought we had no chance to beat the Bills. But, man, that game came down to grit. I mean, at the end of the game, it was no longer a real football game. It was more of a war of attrition. I mean, people were going out left and right. The heat was getting to the Bills players. You got Bills players complaining about how hot it is in Miami, and Miami should not be able to play afternoon games there during the summer, blah, blah, blah. They weren't complaining when we were losing to them 42-10 than the previous years, right? So I just don't get it, but I do want to say one thing about this matchup. It didn't really even affect the Bills that all their players on defense were out, because our offense didn't have the ball at all, guys. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, we were rarely on the field. The Bills maintained possession throughout the game, kept our offense off the field, and at the end of the day, their offense got worn down because of, I mean, running 90 plays in that Miami, Florida heat with all that humidity. You've seen it on the film. They had linemen going on their knees. We had Stephon Diggs would come in for one play, go back out cramping. Even Josh Allen looked so exhausted, him running around for his life, escaping sacks, running the ball, escaping sacks, throwing balls to his receivers. But I think the Miami Dolphins had an excellent game plan. I mean, it's going to be hard to ever contain Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a special quarterback, guys. I mean, it is what it is. But instead of him being able to only go like 5-6 plays for 80 yards and a touchdown where they're scoring quick, our defense just played back, guys. They just played back. We weren't going to get burnt deep, and all he was doing is dinking and dunking the whole game, and that's a testament to our defense. Our defense let them get down the field, in the middle of the field all day long, and then once they got into the red zone, our defense would clamp down. If you guys noticed that, I mean, the Bills had failed opportunities. They missed a field goal, went for it on 4th down, didn't get it because Josh Allen short-armed that little out route with the wide open. I believe it was Jamison Crowder or Isaiah McKenzie. I just think our defense had a great game plan. I mean, you're not going to be able to stop Josh Allen, but make him go 14, 15 plays. Take 9 minutes off the clock. Our coaching staff flipped the script on him. Usually you want your offense to stay on the field to get the ball out of Josh Allen's hands. Instead, our coaching staff said, no, we'll let Josh Allen have the ball, but we're going to make him go down the field 14, 15, 16 plays, and hopefully he'll have a mistake. Look, we got a sack fumble. The Dolphins defense should have picked off Josh Allen 3 or 4 times. I mean, we had 4 guys have a hand on the ball, and we just couldn't reel in that interception. So, in my opinion, even though Josh Allen had a lot of yards, I don't think he played his best football at all. I mean, he was flustered all day. You can see it. He was frustrated, maybe because of the heat, maybe because of the defense. Christian Wilkins got in his head towards the end of the game. I mean, it just, in my opinion, even though he had a lot of yards, Josh Allen didn't play a good football game, and that's a testament to our defense. So give a lot of credit to our defense, give a lot of credit to our coaching staff. And one other thing I will say about this game, I mean, you got to give, even though our offense wasn't on the field at all, I mean, we were effective on offense, guys. I mean, our offense went down the field and got in 3 scoring drives, and they only had the ball for like 19 minutes the whole game. So, I mean, you got to give it up. Tua's doing some nice things in the pocket. He was reading his defense really well. He was actually going through progression. You can see it on the field. He would go to the left, look, oh, no one's there, snap his head right back to the right. I mean, just these intangibles that I've seen with Tua, I mean, you got to love it, guys. He's progressing as, I'm not going to call him for sure franchise quarterback superstar, but you're seeing it. You're seeing the light bulb click on Tua's head. He even that throw he did to Waddle with when there was a single high safety, and Waddle did that post route and split the corner and the safety. Tua threw a dart there, a dime. Waddle didn't have to wait for the ball. It was in stride, perfect throw. He read the coverage. He's seen Tyreek coming backside, and he got a little stopped. He had a little like a hook route, but if he would have threw it to Tyreek would have had to break a tackle to get to the first down because it was 3rd and 23, guys. Instead, he's seen Tyreek, he's seen the safety bite, and he just unloaded a perfect dime to Jalen Waddle with our last scoring drive to really win that game. So you love to see that. The dart that he threw to River Craycraft, I mean, dude, that was a seed to him in tight coverage when he was running a little post, a dig route. I mean, Tua has an arm, guys. He fired that ball in there like I said, around like triple coverage. There's 3 guys right around him, one over the top, 2, one by his side and one in front, and Tua just unloaded it. So there's these intangibles we're seeing, and I really hope, I'm going to get into our pregame show with the Bengals right now, but I really hope just to see Tua maintain this level of play. Hopefully he can play this Thursday. But at the end of the day, guys, a great victory. All the fans should be super excited. We're 3-0, baby. No one thought out in our first 4 games we'd have a chance to be 4-0. A lot of fans and even national media predicted if the Dolphins can go 2-2 in this 4-game stretch, or even 1-3, they'll be fine moving forward because their schedule lightens up. Nah. We went 3-0 and we beat the Bullies, the Buffalo Bills. The sky's the limit for this team, guys. Everyone should be super excited. And that's the last thing I'm going to say about that game. So let's get into this Thursday night matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. Listen, guys, I'm not going to say we're going to lose this game. This game, I feel it's a trap game written all over it. The reason why I say that, it wouldn't normally be a trap game, but we just played the Buffalo Bills coming off a huge victory with a war of attrition, players going down left and right. If you've seen our injury report, it's massive. You got Xavier Howard, Teron Armstead, Tua Tagovailoa, Christian Wilkins, Raekwon Davis still, Cedric Wilson still, Nick Needham, Carew. We have a lot of people on this injury list that are important figures in this game. I'm not saying all of them are not going to play, but there's going to be some players that might not play after that physical matchup against the Bills, guys. Just think maybe like 5 or 6 of our players might be out. There's Greg Little's dealing with an injury. Teron Armstead, like I said already. We need our linemen to play, especially if Tua's going to play kind of banged up, because we do not want to see him get hurt. He needs to definitely be in every game after the Teddy Bridgewater situation. I don't want to see him on the field at all anymore. If I was Mike McDaniel, I would suit up Skylar Thompson, and if Tua for some reason can't go or gets hurt because he's banged up already, I would put Skylar in instead of Teddy. Even you looking at our players, whenever Teddy Bridgewater came in and started throwing the ball around, everyone was deflated in that, on the team, in the stadium. So, we've seen enough of him. I think they definitely need to start suiting up Skylar Thompson, because at least the fan base, at least the players will have some hope if he's coming in, because they've seen what he did in the preseason, and I'm sure they'd be excited to see what he can do in the regular season instead of the same old Bridgewater we get. We've seen this in training camp, we've seen it in preseason, and now it's came to regular season. We cannot win with him. So definitely, if I was the Miami Dolphins this week, I would suit up Skylar Thompson. But I know we're all hoping Tua's going to play. I'm hoping that he's playing Thursday Night Football. He said he's going to do everything he can do in the media to suit up. Mike McDaniel said it's too early to tell if he's going to be able to play or not. So it's kind of up in the air. I expect him to play, though. He wants to be out there with this team. He was even mad last week when Milano did that cheap shot, and he tried to get up and he collapsed on the ground. He didn't even want to take one play off. So you can't discount Tua's toughness now. But I expect him to play. Now, as far as our keys to victory against the Bengals, I know our defense is going to be banged up. I'm worried about a short turnaround after a heavyweight fight. Our defense was on the field 90 plays, but in order to beat these Bengals, number one is our defense is going to have to stop the run first. Joe Mixon can go off. He can make life tough for the Dolphins defense because once he gets rolling, the play action starts working with Joe Burrow. They're gonna cheat in. He can go over the top because you know how Joe Burrow loves to go look for Jamar Chase. So the Dolphins defense is gonna have to limit the running game, make Joe Burrow one dimensional. And if you make Joe Burrow one dimensional, you have chances to make plays against him, guys. This is the thing. He holds on to the ball way too long. He's always looking for a deep pass to either T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, or his favorite target, Jamar Chase. So he gets fixated on that. That gives our defensive line time. We can even sack him. We can make him feel us, make him uncomfortable. We're going to have to limit that running game and then make Joe Burrow uncomfortable the entire game in order for this team to have a chance to win. And I expect nothing less from this defense, guys. This defense has been gritty all year. We're missing Byron Jones, so this is hopefully his last week being gone. Then we have him back, so it just adds way more depth to our cornerback position. But we've been gritty all year. I want to see if Carew can keep it going. Crossan's been playing well. Xavier Howard, he's playing well. He's just missing the interceptions, of course. But this defense is definitely going to have to make Joe Burrow uncomfortable. Limit that running game in order to beat these Bengals. As far as you're looking at the offensive side of the ball, what the Dolphins offense has to do to win this game, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the Dolphins offense really shouldn't be really tired after the game against the Bills because they weren't really on the field, like I said previously. But as far as us handling that Bengals defense, the Bengals defense is pretty formidable. Our line is going to have to keep improving. They've been doing good the previous 3 weeks, but it's all about getting better each week after week. So I expect our line to be able to contain those pass rushers because they can get after the quarterback, guys. And we want Tua to be as comfortable as possible in the pocket, which, like I said, they've been doing a great job. I really have no complaints there. But we got to keep that level of play in order for our offense to succeed. As well as another thing, the key to victory on the offensive side of the ball is we've been having timely runs, like big runs, like 10, 11, 12, 15 yards, out of nowhere. But the rest of the game, we haven't been consistent. I want to see a consistent run game this game from the Miami Dolphins. The reason why I say that, eventually we're gonna have to start running the ball a lot more consistent. Why? Because during the winter months, whenever it starts getting cold, bad weather, you have to travel and go play a team in bad weather. You want that running game to be rolling, being just running on all cylinders, right? And the only way they can do that is start getting into that rhythm now, okay? If they wait too long and try to find the running game late, they might be not as consistent. So we want to see that running game get more consistent. I like what I see with Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert. Man, they're super dynamic out of the backfield. They can catch out of the backfield. They're super fast. I mean, we have a track team on offense, guys. I mean, it's so hard for any defense to stop us because not only do you have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, number 1 and number 2 as fastest receivers in the league, then you have to deal with Mostert and Chase Edmonds out of the backfield that are top 5, 6 in the league in speed. So it's just it gives defensive coordinators nightmares. And I look for Mike McDaniel, another key to victory, Mike McDaniel to outcoach Zach Taylor. At first I was skeptical kind of Mike McDaniel, a new head coach. It takes time to gel. You don't usually win right away with a new coach because people have to get used to the personnel. They got to get used to first time play caller. How's he going to make adjustments at halftime? Well, he's answered all those questions, guys. Mike McDaniel is for real. I like what I'm seeing. All the pre-snap motioning, confusing the defense. He's scheming our best receivers open. When have we seen that in the Dolphins offense in the last 20 years? Scheming players open in big moments of the game. That's Mike McDaniel's play call. So I think he's going to outcoach Zach Taylor. He's going to scheme Tyreek Hill because of the whole Eli Apple thing, his comment. I guarantee you Mike McDaniel's going to have about 8 plays that are just schemed for Tyreek Hill to make the Cincinnati Bengals defense look silly. Because that's how he is. That's the kind of guy Mike McDaniel is. He loves his players. He knows Tyreek has an issue with Eli Apple. And I guarantee you Mike McDaniel's going to do everything in his power to scheme Tyreek Hill open so he can have a huge game instead of being held for to only 37 yards like last week. I can guarantee you that at least he's going to put him in an opportunity. Let's see if they can execute the play, but he's going to try his best to have Tyreek Hill go off this game. And that leads me to my last key to victory. Our receivers are going to have to ball out this game. I mean, I know even Jalen Waddle's dealing with an injury. I don't know if he's going to be able to play. I hope he is, because it adds just a dynamic feature to our offense. Because who are you going to double team with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle? If you double team one, the other one's just going to just eat off you. So I want to see him play. But the last key to victory is our receivers. They have to dominate this game against the Bengals secondary. The Bengals secondary is formidable. It's not just a run over, but I don't see any secondary being able to defend those two guys with the speed that we have out of the backfield that can catch out of the backfield. Even Alec Ingold. You got Mike Gesicki at times, Durham Smythe, now River Craycraft. I mean, you have all these guys that can get open, make plays. So all the defenses the entire year with our upcoming schedule is going to have nightmares defending this offense. But our receivers got to be consistently getting open, running good routes, making the catches when necessary, because we're still seeing some drops that I don't like. Like the first play of the game last week against the Bills, Tua throws a beautiful fade route to Alec Ingold when he's doing like a wheel route, and he drops it right in his hands. I mean, we're going to have to execute, not drop the balls again. Even with the Ravens game a couple weeks ago, Tua's throwing into a tight window with Jalen Waddle, and Jalen Waddle lets it go through his hands, bobbles it, and almost could have been the game-ending pick because the guy, Williams, that had 2 picks already, should have had the third because it was right in his hands, and he just dropped it. But we can't have those mental errors. I know it's a short week. I know we just came off a huge victory. Actually, back-to-back huge victories with the Ravens and the Bills. So a team has a chance at a letdown. That's why even if you look at Vegas odds, the Dolphins are, I think, 4.5-point favorite or underdogs. I mean, if you think that, that's disrespectful, we just beat the Ravens and the Bills, but they're traveling to Cincinnati, short week, just played a heavyweight fight. So I can see them being underdogs, but with Mike McDaniel and his coaching staff, I don't think they're going to allow this team to be complacent. Be like, we're already 3-0. It doesn't matter if we lose this game and go to 3-1. That's not their mentality, guys. They want to go out there and win every week. And let me tell you something. If the Miami Dolphins win this Thursday, tomorrow, and go 4-0, they can go on a huge run, guys, with the upcoming schedule. I know we're looking ahead. It's 1 week at a time, but we're fans. We're allowed to do that. But all I'm saying is this is going to be a huge game because if they can get to 4-0, I mean, they can run 5-6 wins in a row after this. So they have a chance to do something special this year, guys. But they have to focus tomorrow, come in with a game plan. And I have all the confidence in our coaching staff to come up with a game plan to go into Cincinnati on that short week and put up a great performance. And I'm not going to say they're going to win yet, but at least competitive. They're not going to get blown out and just, get ran out of that building because that's not Mike McDaniel's style. He's going to have the boys ready. The boys are going to be ready because they know this is a huge moment. It's on prime time. Show what they're working with. They want to come out and put in a good show. So at the end of the day, guys, I mean, that's what I think in this game in order for us to win it. It's going to have to be a gritty, hard-fought game because of the short week and what happened against Buffalo. But for my score prediction, I think it's going to be closer than a lot of people think. I mean, I don't think the Bengals are better than us. I think we have more talent than them. But coming off a short week is going to be tough. I can even see us being down most of the game, and then we kind of take the lead late. But my final score prediction is going to be 24-21 Miami Dolphins. I think it's going to be tied late. Tua leads them down the field to kick a game-winning field goal. Jason Sanders, baby. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Drop your score prediction. And thank each and every one of you all for supporting this channel and helping it grow organically. I know we're at like 215 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you all. If you're new to the channel, if you can please hit that subscribe button to keep helping this channel grow organically. I would greatly appreciate it, everyone. I love each and every one of y'all. And like always, fins up, baby. I'm out. Peace.